Prince Andrew will not be joining royal family for Christmas after Spy Row. It comes after an alleged Chinese spy with links to the Duke of York was publicly named for the first time as High Court restrictions were lifted on Monday afternoon. Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson will not join the rest of the royal family for Christmas at Sandringham, it has been reported. It comes after an alleged Chinese spy with links to the Duke of York was publicly named for the first time as High Court restrictions were lifted on Monday afternoon. Yang Tengbo, previously described as a close confidant of the royal, had been known only as H6 after a court imposed an anonymity order. But in a statement on Monday, the businessman said the widespread description of me as a spy is entirely untrue. Hello viewers, please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. Last week he lost an appeal over a decision to bar him from entering the UK on national security grounds. On Friday, Prince Andrew said he had ceased all contact with the Chinese businessman. In a statement from his office, the Duke of York said he had cut ties following advice from officials but insisted the pair had never discussed anything of a sensitive nature. Finally, ending weeks of speculation, it was revealed on Monday afternoon that the disgraced prince would not join the rest of his wider family for Christmas. It is believed Andrew and his ex-wife are likely to remain at Royal Lodge, the Grace and Favour mansion on the Windsor estate, which has been at the centre of a property battle between the Duke and his brother. Insiders say King Charles did not want to explicitly ban Andrew from attending Christmas, but instead hoped that he would do the decent thing and decide to stay away of his own accord. Prince Andrew is no longer welcome anywhere, as friends ditch him amid Royal Lodge isolation. Prince Andrew is no longer welcome anywhere among his former social circle as he becomes increasingly isolated. The Duke of York has been keeping a low profile at Royal Lodge, with his social circle reportedly dwindling. He is occasionally seen horse riding, but apart from that the non-working royal's public appearances have become rare since his controversial 2019 Newsnight interview. A source close to the situation painted a picture of a lonely existence, highlighting how he just doesn't have that many friends anymore. Despite an ongoing royal feud with his brother, Prince Andrew will continue residing at his large Royal Lodge home in Windsor. King Charles wanted his younger brother to relocate to Frogmore Cottage. The King cut Andrew's £1 million annual allowance in an effort to evict the Duke from the 30-room property. Prince Andrew has since found alternative funding from a legitimate source, according to the Keeper of the Privy Purse, Michael Stevens. The 64-year-old has been stripped of his Her Royal Highness titles and honorary military roles, a decision made by Queen Elizabeth. He has been denied the right to wear his military uniform at several occasions, including during his mother's funeral procession. The fall has been particularly stark for Andrew, who served 22 years in the Royal Navy and once commanded widespread national respect. Andrew's fall from grace began with his infamous 2019 Newsnight interview with Emily Maitlis. The Duke faced intense public criticism over his friendship with convicted paedophile Jeffrey Epstein. His connection to Epstein had already cost him his trade envoy role after being photographed with the convicted paedophile in New York's Central Park in 2010. Prince Andrew's daughters come up with a plan to keep their father's spirits high. Prince Andrew's daughters have come up with an agreement in a bid to keep their disgraced father's spirits high. Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie have decided to take turns taking their children to spend time with the Duke of York in order to help combat their father's feelings of loneliness, a source has claimed. 5 years after his disastrous Newsnight interview marked the end of his public duties, Prince Andrew has established a new and isolated routine at Royal Lodge, his 30-bedroom residence on the Windsor estate. The Duke of York's once busy schedule of engagements and global travel has been replaced by a quieter life, focused on family time. Despite King Charles's demands for him to downsize to Frogmore Cottage, Andrew has secured funding for his own security detail at Royal Lodge, although the source of the finance is unknown. The Duke has found solace in his new role as a grandfather, with his daughters making regular weekend visits to boost his spirits. A source told Hello, the girls take the grandchildren to visit him most weekends. They are spending far more time with him now than they have done in recent years. The Duke has been particularly active in teaching his granddaughter Sienna Mapellamozzi, Princess Beatrice's 3-year-old daughter, to ride horses in Windsor Park. He has been spotted driving young Sienna through the park and helping her take the reins, continuing a cherished royal tradition that dates back to when Queen Elizabeth first sat on a pony at the same age. Prince Andrew makes key purchase as he continues to disobey King Charles in Row. Prince Andrew has hired a cheap security firm at Royal Lodge after refusing to leave the 30-room mansion. It comes after King Charles told Andrew that he would no longer pay for security and that his £1 million annual allowance would be axed. It is now reported that the Duke of York has negotiated a cheaper protection deal at his leased home in an attempt to stay at the property. A source said, "He has his security but at a cheaper rate and he is managing to finance it himself," reports GB News. The Duke of York had relied on funding from his brother since 2022 and his late mother, Queen Elizabeth II, since 2019 when he stepped down from royal life after his infamous Newsnight interview. The father of two resisted King Charles's attempts to evict him from the Windsor property and has since found alternative funding, as confirmed by the keeper of the Privy Purse, Sir Michael Stevens. Prince Andrew's feud with King Charles set to intensify as key royals left, fuming. The feud began when King Charles tried to evict the disgraced Duke of York from Royal Lodge by cutting his £1 million a year allowance after he refused to downsize. The ongoing feud between Prince Andrew and King Charles is set to intensify, with the princesses said to be fuming over the treatment of their father. Beatrice and Eugenie are reportedly unhappy with the treatment their father, Prince Andrew, has received from the royal family. The feud began when King Charles tried to evict the disgraced Duke of York from Royal Lodge by cutting his £1 million a year allowance and he refused to downsize. The former home of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, Frogmore Cottage, was suggested as a suitable replacement for Andrew, who lost his right to taxpayer-funded security after being stripped of his royal duties in 2019. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and drop comments. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.